Call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. Hear it not when I pull up on your boulevard. I'm gonna talk about why it is that as guys, we only tend to take women seriously when they're yelling at us. You know, I've tried to say on the show before that, let's say you're dating a woman or you're in a relationship with a woman, right? And she wants you to take out the trash. And she just comes to you and says, hey, babe, I noticed the trash is still in the garbage can. Like, what's up with that? Do. Well, because she's saying it in such a soft tone, you may think like, I'll just get to it whenever. She mentioned it to me, but she doesn't seem like she's really that pressed about it. So it's no big deal. And then fast forward to like, she's wanting to break up with you and you're like, what's going on? And the first thing she says is, well, I mean, for one thing, you never take out the trash. Like I keep trying to tell you to take out the trash and you never do it. And at that point, you're like, oh, she must have been really serious about that trash thing. But why didn't I feel that when she was asking me in the moment? And so I saw a TikTok video today that actually really well illustrates, and I never thought about this guy's point when he made it, but it really illustrates why it is that as guys, oftentimes we don't take things super seriously when women aren't yelling it at us, even though, as I've said before, they actually mean that crap, right? So let's go ahead and add that to the stage here real quick.
Okay, you just said something really brilliant. Something that's super common in my comment section is women will explain that they have talked to their partners about their needs and about their marriage for years and years and years. And it's not until they threaten divorce or actually get separated that their partners start to work on it. And you.
Oh, by the way, these two they were married and they got divorced. And then afterwards went to therapy, did the work. So they're buddy now. And so they have these real conversations about like, this is what happened. This is how I was. This is the way that this guy was in his marriage. And a lot of times he was like saying no to his wife or not really listening to her. And so she got him on TikTok to talk about it. Okay.
I mentioned that to you and you said something that's totally brilliant.
Yeah, I know why that is. That's because as boys, we were socialized that unless you're being yelled at, it's not serious. So like from our dads, from coaches, every male that I knew, when they had a serious point, they yelled it at me. It was never a talk. It was never gentle. So I knew to take something seriously when I was being scolded, reprimanded, chastised, embarrassed.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I don't think, like in a lot of the settings.
Honestly, I hadn't thought about it either.
I grew up in as like socialized as a woman. Like even our coaches, like some of them yelled at us, but most of them didn't. Like we were instructed, we were guided. But he talked a lot about how like in male spaces, being raised, like you're screamed at, you're yelled at, you're hazed. And so you're kind of trained to respond to like crisis.
Everything else is brainstorming. Everything else is an idea. Like it's sad, super sad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I never thought about the fact that in male spaces, because we're being very direct, we're trying to get things done, there's no room or time to like go around a person, right? That as a result of that we grow up in a world where other men are yelling at us, which allows us to know the severity of the situation. Think about like karate instructors are like, ha, punch here, do this, ha. I was in Boy Scouts. There were times where it's like, you're trying to climb a rope. Hey, climb that rope now. Do this here. I was in ROTC in college. Hey, march left, march. Move that over there. Push that there. It's always yelling, right? But as men, we're like, okay, if they're yelling, they must be super serious because there's no other reason to yell unless something is absolutely needing to be done right now, right? But we forget that in the world of women, they got a whole different version of socialization going on. So in the world of women, because they're trying to build a community, like it's very circular, everybody's the same, then in terms of passing off information, again, they're already speaking with passive language, but also they're going to have more of a nicety to their language. That's why traditionally, like let's say two women are friends and then like one of the friends does something wrong to the other friend, the first friend can say, hey, is everything okay between us? And the second one will say, oh, no, I'm fine. And she'll know, the first friend will know, oh, something's not fine. What did I do? Well, just because, I didn't want to bring it up, but just, the other day you had said this thing and I didn't really, and it's all this very soft, very lingerie language that women do amongst each other, right? So then we get into relationships and both sexes are trying to use the ways in which they communicate with their own sex on this other person. Now, women's way is to be very, very gentle. Hey, so, I noticed the trash is over there. Like, I don't want to be a bother, but I'd love for you to take it out. And again, as guys, we're thinking, I don't hear her yelling. I don't hear the urgency in her voice. So you know what? I'll delay it a little bit. And then you got to think about like how many times guys do that. How many times has your woman said, for example, hey, babe, you said you're going to get the car washed this week. When is it going to happen? Or, hey, babe, I know this bill over here still hasn't been paid. I just want to know, what's up with that? What's the update? Blah, blah, blah. And they're coming to us because they're being very gentle. They're using the communication skills that they've learned amongst other women and trying to use it on us. And our response is, but she's not yelling, and therefore it must not be serious. Now, the irony is that when women are trying to be direct and are trying to yell, which she brings up in another video, the end result is we start saying, oh, why are you so hurt? Or why are you being a bee to me? What's going on? So women lose either way. But guys, this is why, as men, it's very important for you to study up on how women talk and communicate and learn that the ways in which they're communicating are the strongest forms of communication they can possibly give in the hopes of getting the things that they want. So if your woman comes to you, just keep this in your head from now on, guys, right? You're dating a woman. If she comes to you with any kind of request, whether it's like, hey, babe, so I noticed we haven't had a date night in a while, or hey, babe, so I noticed your shoes are still on the floor, understand it's already taking her a lot of gravitas to be able to even voice that these things are things that she needs to be done or that are annoying her. When she says these things, again, we go back to when women say things or hear things, they mean it 3 times more. So when she's saying, hey, babe, could you, I noticed your shoes are still on the ground, what you should take that as from now on is, dude, your freaking shoes are still on the ground. Can you please get them off the freaking ground? Now, she's not going to say it like that, but you need to start interpreting it like that, because if you're able to interpret her soft language as serious requests, you will find that a lot of the breakups you have won't happen. There are guys that will go from I was dating this girl and everything seemed great, and then all of a sudden she broke up with me and she said there was a list of problems that I didn't know about. But didn't she kind of voice them? And didn't she kind of tell you on and off these things were slightly annoying her? I can tell you now, her saying that they slightly annoyed her, they annoyed the crap out of her, all right? And she didn't want to be overly aggressive or seem like a B word, all this other stuff. So she was trying to get it out the best way she can. And some guys take advantage. Some guys okay, if she's not yelling, I know she probably means it, but since she's not saying it, I'm going to just do what I want to do. You're going to lose your woman. Of the two of you, if you're thinking you want to be able to be direct and yell and she wants to be soft and whatever, I got news for you. Women that are kind and nice and caring, they're only going to deal with your yelling for so long before it's this dude just doesn't get it. I'm out of here, right? So you have to learn to be able to interpret her soft language and then proceed with the request that she's making, knowing that she seriously means that. But in this world, unfortunately, she cannot do that without looking a certain way. And she's going to try to communicate with you, her partner, as best as she possibly can. Just know going forward again, if she's saying it, she means that to the nth degree. And you best to take out that trash and move your shoes before you end up losing the girl over some stuff that you didn't think was so serious in the first place. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys, all right?
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man.